In the tumultuous annals of Israel's monarchy, one woman stands out as a mastermind of manipulation, a virtuoso of violence, and a sovereign of unbridled ambition. Her name is Athaliah, and her story is a testament to the destructive power of unchecked greed, pride, and lust for domination. Her story is one of ambition, idolatry, and divine justice. Athaliah was a queen of Judah and the only woman to rule as monarch in biblical Israel. Her reign, recorded in 2 Kings 11 and 2 Chronicles 22-23, is both compelling and cautionary, filled with intrigue, betrayal, and ultimate redemption for the kingdom. In the shadow of the great kings of Israel and Judah, Athaliah carved her name into history, but not as a heroine. She was the daughter of King Ahab and Queen Jezebel of Israel, inheriting their cunning and ruthless ambition. As a princess, Athaliah was raised with all the privileges and luxuries of royalty. She was schooled in the dark arts of politics, manipulation, and statecraft, learning from her father's example how to eliminate rivals, crush opposition, and maintain power through fear and violence. Athaliah's influence began to spread when she married Jehoram, the king of Judah. Jehoram, a weak and ineffectual ruler, was immediately dominated by Athaliah's strong personality and cunning intellect. Her marriage to Jehoram also united the northern and southern kingdoms politically but also introduced the corrupt worship of Baal into Judah. Athaliah's rise to power was born from tragedy and manipulation. Her husband Jehoram died after a short and turbulent reign marked by idol worship and political violence. Her son Ahaziah ascended the throne but reigned for only 1 year before being killed during Jehu's rebellion in Israel. Athaliah's ambition was not content with being merely the queen consort of Judah. She had her sights set on the throne itself, and she was willing to do whatever it took to achieve her goal. When Ahaziah died, Athaliah seized the opportunity to take control. In a move that shocked the nation, she ordered the execution of all potential heirs to the throne, including her own grandchildren. It was an unprecedented act of brutality designed to eliminate any challenge to her rule. Her goal, to secure the throne for herself and extinguish the Davidic line, the line through which God had promised the Messiah. Athaliah's attempt to eradicate the Davidic dynasty was nearly successful. But in her rampage, she overlooked one critical detail. Joash, a young child and rightful heir to the throne, was saved by his aunt Jehosheba, the wife of the high priest Jehoiada. Joash was hidden in the temple of the Lord, where he was raised in secret for 6 years under the watchful eyes of Jehoiada and Jehosheba. Athaliah declared herself queen and ruled Judah with an iron fist. Her reign was marked by the promotion of Baal worship, echoing the practices of her mother Jezebel. She desecrated the temple of the Lord, replacing the worship of Yahweh with pagan rituals. The land suffered spiritually and politically under her rule, as the people of Judah turned further away from God. Despite her power, Athaliah's rule was fraught with instability, as the people of Judah yearned for the return of righteous leadership. The high priest Jehoiada, a steadfast servant of Yahweh, quietly worked against her, fostering loyalty to the true God and keeping the young Joash hidden until the time was right. Athaliah's greatest mistake was her failure to eliminate Joash, who was the son of Ahaziah and the grandson of Jehoram. Joash had been hidden away by the priest Jehoiada, who had smuggled him into the temple and raised him in secret. When Athaliah discovered that Joash was still alive, she was furious. She ordered her guards to search the temple and bring her the young boy, intending to kill him and secure her hold on the throne. In the 7th year of Athaliah's reign, Jehoiada, a high priest, decided the time had come to restore the rightful king. In a daring and meticulously planned operation, he gathered the Levites, commanders, and priests who remained loyal to Yahweh. In the temple courts, Joash, now 7 years old, was anointed and crowned king of Judah. The people erupted with joy, shouting, "Long live the king!" Athaliah, hearing the commotion, rushed to the temple. There she saw Joash crowned, surrounded by an armed guard and a jubilant crowd. Realizing the betrayal, she cried out, "Treason! Treason!" But her cries were futile. The guards seized her, and, under Jehoiada's orders, she was executed at the palace gates, a place of justice for one who had committed such heinous crimes. With Athaliah's death, Judah was delivered from her oppressive reign. Joash's ascension marked the beginning of a spiritual renewal. Under Jehoiada's guidance, the people of Judah renewed their covenant with Yahweh, tore down the altars of Baal, and restored the temple of the Lord. The Davidic line was preserved, ensuring the fulfillment of God's promise to bring the Messiah through the house of David. Athaliah's death marked the end of one of Judah's darkest chapters. Her reign demonstrated the dangers of idolatry, unchecked ambition, and a disregard for God's laws. Athaliah's story is a somber reminder of the destructive power of selfish ambition and the consequences of turning away from God. Yet, it also highlights the resilience of God's plans and the courage of those who stand for righteousness, even in the face of great evil. Lessons from the story of Athaliah. 1. Despite Athaliah's ruthless actions, God's plan to preserve the Davidic line was not thwarted. Joash's survival and eventual reign demonstrate God's control over history. 2. Jehoshaphat and Jehoiada's bravery in protecting Joash and orchestrating his coronation are powerful examples of faith in action. 3. Athaliah's devotion to Baal worship led to spiritual decay in Judah, showing the destructive impact of turning away from God. 4. Athaliah's demise serves as a reminder that evil may flourish for a time, but God's justice will ultimately prevail. Athaliah's life and reign stand as a vivid biblical narrative of power, corruption, and redemption. Her story challenges us to examine our loyalties, trust in God's sovereignty, and uphold righteousness in the face of adversity. Her story is both sobering and inspiring. It reveals the devastating consequences of turning away from God and embracing idolatry, yet it also highlights the resilience of God's promises and the courage of His faithful servants. Athaliah sought to obliterate the line of David, but through divine intervention and human bravery, her plans were thwarted. Her life stands as a testament to the truth that while human schemes may falter, God's purposes endure forever. Share what you learned from this great story in the comments section. God bless you.